Republican presidential candidate Ron Paul is on the campaign trail. Over the past 2 weekends, I had the pleasure of seeing the congressman from Texas speak 6 times. 3 times in Las Vegas, Nevada over the 4th of July weekend in association with Freedom Fest, and 3 times in California's Silicon Valley in and around the doctor's visit to the Google World Headquarters. At this time, I have 2 major impressions about the campaign. Firstly, support for Ron Paul is far greater than anyone really realizes. Everywhere I saw him speak, crowds exceeded expectations. In some instances, people traveled great distances across state lines just to see him in person. What we call the mainstream media has consistently attempted to marginalize Ron Paul's chances, yet it's clear that his popularity is exploding, and the primaries are still several seasons and many months away. It may very well be that the traditional mainstream media as we know it, for example, ABC television or the USA Today newspaper, are no longer that. In 2007 and in 2008, it may very well be entirely true that with tens of millions and hundreds of millions of users, the mainstream media is now called Google, YouTube, MySpace, Facebook, and Meetup. On the internet, Ron Paul is clearly the frontrunner in the 2008 presidential campaign. In Las Vegas, a young man told me with complete confidence that if the election were held online today, Ron Paul would win in a landslide. And I believed him. Secondly, the contagiousness of Dr. Paul's freedom and liberty message should not be underestimated. After hearing Ron Paul speak, one of my friends at Google was quick to point out that the congressman talks common sense and does not seem owned or corrupted by the political establishment. Ron Paul's constitutional message is unlike any of the other presidential frontrunners in either party, and some of his ideas, once you grasp them, are not something you want to turn away from. A single example of this is Dr. Paul's desire to repeal the 16th Amendment, which would end personal income taxes and the IRS as we know it. With 10 terms experience in the House of Representatives, the branch of our government that controls spending, Dr. Paul has a vision of increased prosperity for all United States citizens without needing to replace the lost income tax revenue. Once an audience gets it in their mind that it is indeed possible to repeal the 16th Amendment and end the IRS, they're not going to stop reaching for that goal. Be warned, America. Overall, I've been very inspired by watching the tremendous progress in Dr. Paul's campaign, which I've been endorsing since I first heard rumors about it at the end of last year. The congressman's public speaking has been noticeably improving, with his message getting clearer and sharper, and he was already a highly compelling speaker to begin with. You can learn tons more about what's happening with the campaign right now by looking around on Google, YouTube, MySpace, Facebook, Meetup, or on the official campaign website, ronpaul2008.com. I'm Theodore Turbo Lizard.